The Canadian Card Collector here, and welcome back to day 550 of the Daily Deck Review. And the deck that we're taking a look at today is the Dark Edition of the Star Trek playing cards from Theory11. So, with no further ado, let's take a look and see what we get. So as you can see, that is in a darker, blackish gray matte finish tuck box with a bunch of foiling on the front. You got blues, red, and yellow foiling. A little bit of gold there. So it says Star Trek playing cards, premium quality. Then you got the Starship Enterprise there. And to be honest, I have not watched really any Star Trek, so I won't know all the characters or things in this deck. Yeah, but I'll try my best. Yeah, at least I know the Starship Enterprise here on the front there. On one side it says, these are the voyages of the Starship Enterprise. Then one side also says, to boldly go where no man has ever gone before. On the bottom, you got the Theory11 logo. So controller, premium playing cards, Theory11. It's a little bit hard to see, but these are from 2023. They're on the bottom. Then on the back, a little sneak peek of that back design. For the seal here, you got a black stamp style seal. There was like the red inner square with the Spock doing the Spock hand doing the live long and prosper. There, and it says Theory11 on the top and Star Trek on the bottom. There. And then, I'm not entirely sure what it says on top there. Because it is covered up by that seal. But we'll press down, grab our hands dandy card opener. Crack the seal. And now on the tuck flap here, we just got a little Starship Enterprise there. It's more colorful foiling. The inner tuck flaps have that little badge or a little Star Trek little symbol there. Now we take the cards out of the box. And if we don't drop the cards on to the floor, there we go. On the inside tuck box, it is fully custom there. You got this kind of I'm not even sure what kind of pattern that is. It must have to do with something with the show. Or something, but there's a two-tone black and gray kind of interior, fully custom there. Still pretty interesting design. Love when they do custom interiors on the tuck boxes. But now that we took a look at the tuck box, as always, we'll start with the cards here. And I guess we're not going to start with the back design yet. We're going to start with a little Star Trek Theory11 ad card here. With all the different colors, the reds, the yellows, and the blues. There's just Theory11 and Star Trek playing cards. And on one side, you got that little design, but we'll take a look at that in a minute. And you got a second identical one there. So two pretty much identical little ad cards here. And then on the other side here, you got this kind of I'm not sure what this is, a microphone or some kind of little radio or something. Something they probably use in the show. There. So you put those two cards together and you get that. There. But now for the back design here. Here we got a mirrored back design with the standard white border going around. And you got those lots of colors once again. You got the reds, the blues, yellows. Then you got that kind of darker grayish black background there. Then you got the Starship Enterprise there for that inner, for the mirrored part there. There, and it is in that white colorway, so it definitely stands out. There. And it is mirrored, so you flip it over. Same design in both directions. Pretty nice back design there. There, even though I don't know too much about Star Trek at all. Still a nice back design there. And now for the cards you get with the deck. And here we start with the first Joker. It says Joker there. And then you got the character there. When I reviewed the light edition a couple weeks ago. And if you've seen that, then I call this a hologram. There on this card. I think it's like the teleportation device or something that they use. But still kind of slightly looks like a hologram. There. And then you got the character there in the blue there. Then you got a second one here with another character. And then they're in the red outfit there. The red and blue Joker. Then we get to that custom Ace of Spades here with a little bit of metallic, no metallic ink. Okay. And it says Star Trek playing cards. You got the custom spade there with that Starship Enterprise, and then you got the kind of like the speed lines, and then it says Theory11 there. And then for the rest of the spades here, you got that fully custom spade design. Almost looks like kind of like a window design on the spade there. Then we got the Jack, Queen, and King of Spades. We got 3 custom characters from the TV show and the movies. There, we got 3 characters. And the only character I know is the King of Spades here, which is Spock. That's the only character I'll actually know. But there is Captain Kirk too. But I don't know what card he's on though. There. And we got the custom diamond here with the Starship Enterprise. There. Or some kind of ship. There. So custom diamond. Then you got that custom diamond suit as well. And then we got the Jack, Queen, and King of Diamonds here. 3 more characters from the shows. Lots of good detail on those cards, even though I don't know the characters themselves. They still look pretty nice. And we got the clubs, Jack, Queen, and King of Clubs. 3 more characters once again. And then we got the clubs here with that custom design as well. So fully custom clubs. With a custom ace of clubs there. You got the little star at the top. Then you got the Starship Enterprise there once again. And then lastly, the Jack, Queen, and King of Hearts. Is this Captain Kirk? It might be, but I have no idea, so I'm probably completely wrong about that. But 3 more characters there once again. And then they all have, some of them have like different colored shirts as well. Very nice detail. And then you got the custom heart design there. So full custom hearts. And then lastly, the last card in the deck is that Ace of Hearts here. With that Starship Enterprise, like kind of like a side view of it, and there's some more speed lines there on the heart. But now that we took a look at the cards for the handling, there's that classic air cushion finish from the United States Playing Company. So they will handle fantastic. And straight out of the box, they feel a little bit stiff. They got a little bit more thicker stock to them. So you definitely have to break them in to get them broken in and stuff. And more easily shuffleable. But so far they feel pretty nice and they seem pretty smooth as always. There. So there seems to be no issues with the handling so far, which is pretty nice. There. They look pretty nice when shuffling them up as well. There. So overall, like I say, a pretty decent deck of cards from Theory11 there. They always make fantastic decks. A little bit for everyone here and there. I'm not like a huge Star Trek fan or anything. I don't hate Star Trek, but I just never like watched the movies or shows. But I still think it's a pretty nice custom deck of cards here. With that nice back design there. And then you got the fully custom faces from the aces to the kings. Fully custom. Then you got all those different characters on the core cards once again. There, and those custom suits. There. So overall, fantastic deck. And one of my favorite parts, all the aces are custom. I love when they do 4 fully custom aces. It always just adds something to the deck. And then we got the back on here, that more darker colorway compared to the lighter version that we reviewed before. There. Makes the colors pop a little bit more on the darker background. But with that being said, I hope you enjoyed. And this has been day 550 of your daily deck review. And this has been the dark edition of the Star Trek playing cards from... This will never focus because it's hard to see like a black on black. But it's from Theory11 and I'm the Game Collector signing out. That's the video. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.